First of all, thanks for having me here. I'm Dinakar Munagala, co-founder and CEO of Blaize. Blaize, we are a physical AI company. The core of our innovation is a new processor and software architecture to enable edge AI, edge and enterprise. We typically target physical world use cases, things like safe cities, defense, everything which is out in the field with business outcomes. So there is a whole, AI that's happening deep in the data center, right, and focused on e-commerce, advertisement, etc. Now, when you step outside the data center into real-world applications, it could be things like smart cities, agriculture, education, healthcare. There's a tremendous amount of data and lots of applications to improve those industries, and that is what we define as physical world AI. And we specifically look for, we work with customers on business outcomes so that we actually help our customers realize the value of AI. So that is what we refer to as practical AI. It's pretty much, couple of things. One is the amount of data that's out there, on factory floors, on farms, and cities. There are about 1 billion cameras and new hundreds of millions of cameras coming into existence every year. And there's value to be derived from these cameras. They could be used for things like making a city safer, for traffic violations, and so on and so forth, right? Factory robotics and so on. So what's driving it is sheer availability of data. And then once you put it to use, these applications, actually, the customers do benefit from a clear business outcome. The processes become more efficient, their top line grows, or better profits and so on. So there's always a business outcome the customer gains, and that's what is driving it. Of course, the gaps are that there's not as much expertise. So you do need to show up to the customer in the form of a complete solution. That's how we actually show up along with the Blaize system, the platform, plus our partner software and system integrators to help solve these. So GPUs, historically were built for massive throughput computing, and they're very good for AI training. But when you look at typical use cases, especially in the physical world and practical AI, there are cost constraints, power constraints. So while GPUs are very good at AI training, for inference and specifically the use cases that we're in, customers typically want a hybridized approach. So that's how we've approached it, and we hybridize Blaize plus a GPU. Often in our targeted use cases is more efficient than just GPU alone. And the benefit to the end customer is a total cost of ownership benefit, reduced capex, reduced power consumption, and clearly a business outcome that is served. So if you take a step back, AI is relatively new to the whole planet. And as such, there's a lot of AI experimentation going on. And there are lots of companies, smart companies, but they're focused on the initial step, which is, hey, how do I just get to a proof of concept or an MVP? That alone will not solve the problem. What we do at Blaize, especially when we sit down with our customers, is we identify a clear business outcome that the customer is trying to achieve, and then put a solution together comprising Blaize and our partner software, Blaize chips and cards and platforms plus partner software to solve the problem. And the success criteria is always a business outcome. If you're able to address that, then the customer sees value and they're willing to pay. And it is truly, this will, it'll be a sustainable effort. So I think that's the key missing ingredient. And that's why we're always focused on how do we actually help our customers with an end outcome. Well, we find ourselves, we're working very closely with cities, governments, and nowadays every country wants to own their data, own their foundational models. And so sovereign AI is a very important thing. And even in the recent contracts that we announced, they're around sovereign AI. So we make sure we work with the customers, their data remains theirs, and then we work with them. So that's the way we address it. And it's very close collaboration while making sure their boundaries so that the data stays there and doesn't go out and so on. Oh, we're quite excited to check out our booth. We're here for the first time, showing off our products, the products and the platforms that we built. It's gaining good attention and we're excited to be here. There's obviously lots of partners, customers. There's some key anchor customer announcements that we made as well here. And we're committed to the region and we are growing here.